Good evening, this is Nerdist Human, and welcome to this Games Guide edition of Medieval 2 Total War. Today we look at my top tips for attacking your fellow Catholics without facing the wrath of the Pope. For a classic and well-loved game, there is still one consistent criticism I hear of it, that the game doesn't let you attack your fellow Catholics without harsh punishment. All you want to do is war with your fellow Catholics, but the Pope is threatening you with excommunication when it feels like you've done nothing but fight off aggressors. Excommunication leaves you open to attack from fellow Catholics, makes you the target of crusades, and also lowers public order significantly. So if we can avoid it, then it's best to do so. After all, the game is Total War, so let's ensure we can keep up our aggressive ambitions. Today then, I'm going to take you through my top tips for attacking fellow Catholics, but do bear in mind that this is actually part 4 of my diplomacy series, where I explain the game mechanics behind how to manage diplomacy, how to please the Pope, and most pertinent to this video, the triggers for the Pope sanctioning fellow Catholics who are at war. You don't have to have watched these previous videos to continue with this, but you will get more out of it if you have, as the game mechanics we explored in these will very much underpin these tips. Number 1. Blitzgrieg. The Pope gives his threats at the end of the turn, so it can be wise, if possible, to attack on multiple fronts on the same turn so that you are happy with your gains when the Pope decides to command you to cease attacking. Attacking before the end turn allows you to take territory before the warning mission, so utilise artilleries and spies to pull this off. It would likely lead to a quick sanction from the Pope, but at least you can be happy consolidating your gains in the ensuing peace. Number 2. Excommunicated factions make easy targets. Swiftly take advantage of excommunicated factions, as the Pope will not care what affronts you lay at their door. Further to this, remember that you can call crusades on excommunicated factions. Do be swift though, as reconciliation can come surprisingly quickly. Reconciliation generally comes with a new king or a new pope, although it is possible through other actions too. So time your attack right, and bear in mind that if your attacks lead to the death of a faction leader, it would likely end the excommunication on the next turn, as usually excommunication is heavily impacted by the faction leader. As an aside to this, do note that excommunication means that crusading armies are not crusading anymore and thus will desert. Take this as a warning for yourself, but also as a potential boon, for if you can lure your enemies into being excommunicated, they could thus lose their crusading army to desertion as well. Number 3. Home territory is safe. Remember that battles in your territory are absolutely fine. It is a common misconception that the Pope doesn't allow you to defend your own territory. Even if you didn't start the war, the Pope will not permit aggression into their territory, but you are free to attack in your own territory. It doesn't matter who started the war, that war declaration will simply lower the aggressor's standing with the Pope, but it doesn't give you carte blanche to do what you like. But you are allowed to attack in your own territory, so defend aggressively in your own borders. Number 4. Boat battles should be avoided at all costs. If you use the console command, show cursor stats, you'll see that the sea is region 1. Whichever body of water you pick, it is its own big region, and effectively nobody owns it, so boat battles are seen as aggressive and thus not in your territory. Now, boat battles are also especially bad because they are rarely conclusive and so lead to many battles to sink a single boat, each of which rank up the negatives in the Pope's eyes. The one exception to this though is clearing your own blockade. This is treated as defending your home territory and thus is acceptable. Number 5. A high relationship with the Pope. The higher your faction's standing with the Pope, the more affronts you can afford, so get your relationship as high as possible. Ensure you follow my advice from Pleasing the Pope guide, from getting your own Pope in play, allying with him early, to bribery or assassination. There are lots of ways to ensure that you stack the odds ever in your favour. Number 6. Your global standing. Your global standing is very important. This is your reputation. Now, Generally, the focus of this video has been on our specific faction stand-ins with the Papal States and thus the Pope. However, you must keep a close eye on your global stand-in too. Being an untrustworthy faction will lead you to finding diplomacy near impossible. From honouring alliances and releasing prisoners, to occupying cities, assuming you have fixed the diplomacy bug, link above right now, there are many ways to boost your global stand-ins and thus to keep diplomacy possible in the game. Number 7 is Reckless Abandon. Indeed, the approach many of you may simply wish to take is that, well, you can simply go with Reckless Abandon. If you wish to refresh your papal relationships regularly, then you can simply attack like a madman before forcing a new election. Competent assassins can do wonders when it comes to refreshing the diplomatic feelings of the Pope. By ensuring you have good candidates and removing popes after you offend them, you can wildly attack other Catholics while managing the papal excommunication on the odd occasion it happens. Number 8, Papal Buffer State. This is a more niche example of bribing the Pope, but should you take Rome for example, the Pope may well ask you to give it back. Now doing so obviously is going to put you in his good books, but it is worth gifting other settlements too. Other Catholics rarely war with the Pope, and so gifting the Pope regions to act as a buffer state can be a novel way to manage one frontier whilst you focus on a different enemy. Now, of course, you may have to take it back one day, but as with the previous approach of Reckless Abandon, you can choose to stab the Pope in the back on your terms, and simply change the Pope to a new candidate to refresh those diplomatic complications. Thank you for joining me today. Remember that if you would like to understand the game mechanics behind diplomacy in Medieval 2 Total War, then do watch the full playlist of this diplomacy miniseries. It is linked in the description below. And do of course also feel free to add your top tips in the comments section. A big thank you for watching here today. If you enjoyed it or found it useful, then do please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member here or on Patreon. The extra support really makes a big difference. For now though, I will leave you. I am Thomas, this is Nerds to Human, and this has been a guide to attacking your fellow Catholics in Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and tally ho. Have you heard the good news, my friends? Here's the good news! It's the Pope! Has the Pope ever done as badly as I'm doing as the Pope right now? God only knows. God only knows. Down goes the spoon of destiny. And there he goes. It took every last bolt we had.